Assalamu alaikum class. Today we are going to connect again the narration. That is a lengthy part, fine. That is a lengthy, you can say, topic. We have seen, we started from the basic rules how a direct form of sentence is changed into indirect, fine. Then we have seen that how declarative sentences are converted, how interrogative are converted, and not this. In this lecture, we'll see how imperative sentences are converted from direct narration to indirect narration. Fine. Imperative sentence, for example, he said, shut the door. The door. This is an example of imperative sentence. Whenever our imperative direct sentence is there, we are going to change that into indirect sentence. We will be bringing change in both the part of the sentence. For example, here an imperative sentence shows which feelings? It shows order or command, request, suggestion. Okay, these are different feelings which are expressed in imperative sentences. These will be introduced in the reporting part of the speech. For example, I'll introduce my reporting speech with the words ordered, suggested, requested. Okay, I could always do it commanded in place of ordered. Fine. These will be 3 different words or 4 different words that will be used whenever our imperative sentence, direct sentence would be changed into indirect form. Okay. What is the basic identification of imperative sentence in structure? Imperative sentence always starts with the first form of the verb. Okay. Fine. See what we are going to change in the reported speech. This verb, change of verb, is not applied in imperative sentences. Okay, no change of verb is applied, fine, and reporting speech will be introduced with the words ordered, suggested, and requested. Okay, he suggested. What is over here? Is it a suggestion or an order or a command? We have seen that the sentence seems to be an order. So what we'll be doing? He ordered. No, that is used over here. Fine. We would be using he ordered. Rather, we will be using the preposition to connect these two statements of reporting and reported. He ordered to shut the door, and that's all. That is so simple. Okay, we have just introduced the words ordered, suggested, requested in reporting speech. No change of verb over here, no use of that. Rather, we have connected these two statements with the word to. He ordered to shut the door. We move on to other examples. The mother said, my son. The mother said, my son, always speak the truth. The mother said, my son, always speak the truth. Okay? Here. The mother, see, suggestion or advice. You could always use suggested or advised. But whenever the suggestion comes from the parents, it takes the form of advice. So I am using the word advice over here. The mother advised. No, this my son actually is an object of this reporting speech. Okay, so I'll be dragging it out. The mother advised her son. Fine, no use of that. Rather, I'll be connecting these two statements with the use of to. The mother advised her son to always speak the truth. The mother advised her son to always speak the truth. This is how we have changed an imperative sentence into indirect form. I have introduced this word advised. Fine. This was an object which has been dragged out and made part of the reporting speech. Fine. No use of that has been introduced. Rather, these two statements, these two speeches are connected with the preposition to. No change of verb is applied. Speak the truth. Fine. This always is actually a part of advice. The exact imperative sentences starts from here. Speak the truth. Speak is the first form of the verb that is not changed in the reported speech. In the indirect form. Now we move on to another example. The old man said to the boy. The old man said to the boy, respect your elder. Okay. Again, an advice is coming from the old man to the boy. So I'll be using the word advised over here. How we are going to change it? The old man, I will introduce my reporting speech with the word the old man advised the boy to respect. Second person pronoun changes according to object. The object is a boy. So which pronoun is used in place of the boy? That is his. His is the possessive case of he. So I am replacing this your with his elder. Okay? Fine. Again. Another sentence. This is a little bit different sentence. Let us do that. A sentence with two types of clauses. That is called, I said to him, run at once if you want to catch the train. Okay. Now we see that reported speech is a combination of two types of sentences. The first one is called, which one? This is called imperative and this is called declarative. We are going to make changes accordingly, according to the type of the sentence. I said to him, I run at once. This is what? This must be an order. Run at once. I ordered him, or you could always do that. I suggested him. Fine. You could always replace or introduce the word of suggested. I suggested him to run at once if second person pronoun changes according to object, that is him. I need subjective case of he or him over there, that is he. This is a declarative sentence. Declarative sentence is changed to declarative. Which form of declarative sentence? That is simple present. Simple present is converted to simple past. If he wanted to catch the train. So this sentence was a combination sentence, combination of imperative and declarative. The imperative part will be changed according to imperative rule, that is no change of verb is applied over here, and the other part is declarative. The change of declarative rules is what simple present is changed into simple past. So this is how we can change our combination sentence. We can have some more practice of imperative sentences. The doctor said, the doctor said, walk 3 miles daily if you want to enjoy good health. Again, this is a reported speech, is a combination speech. It is a combination of imperative sentence and declarative. One clause is there from imperative sentence and other is there from declarative. We would make change accordingly. Okay, the imperative rules will be applied to the first clause and then declarative to the second. The doctor said, here the said would be replaced. What the doctor does? Of course, he suggests us. The doctor suggested to walk 3 miles daily if second person pronoun changes according to object. I do not find any object in the reporting speech. So which rule will be applied? If object is missing, you is changed into first or third person accordingly. If he or I or she, fine, I could replace this you with any of this pronoun. If I wanted, I am using I over here. Want would be changed into wanted. If I wanted to enjoy good health. See, this is how we have changed our combination of imperative and declarative. Imperative speech would be changed according to the rules of imperative sentences and this declarative would be changed according to the rules of declarative sentences. Okay? We could have another example like never abuse other he said to his son. See, no reported speech is there before the reporting speech. We have seen in the first lecture of narration that this might be the case. What we do with the indirect form? We always change the order of this, like we always take the reporting speech out. He. No, this is our never. Never abuse other. Never, whenever the never word is there in our reported speech, we replace our reporting speech with the words He forbade me. Like he's asking it not to do anything. And by forbade we means to stop doing anything. He forbade his son to abuse others. Okay? We could always do it in some other way. Like, if I do not use the word forbade, I could do it in this way. He advised his son to never abuse others. Okay? This could be done in both the ways, but with the word forbade is better. Why? Because whenever there is a negation of doing anything, whenever we always ask other person not to do anything, then we introduce the word forbade. Okay? We could come up with some other examples. Like, he said to me, please help me in this matter. He said to me, please help me in this matter. Okay? This word shows the request. Okay? So this is what we are expressing it in our reporting speech. He requested me to help. First person pronoun changes according to subject. Help him. Me is the objective case. What is the objective case of he? That is him. To help him in. This would be changed into that, in that matter. Okay? He requested me to help him in that matter. Fine? Okay. Again, I am using the word of do not. So to make the clear of the concept of forbade. Another example. The teacher said to him, do not be proud of your discourteous behavior. Fine. Do actually not is a negation of an action. This is how we are going to introduce it. The teacher forbade him to be proud of. Your would be changed according to him. To be proud of his discourteous. Discourteous means immoral. Okay? Discourteous behavior. We could do it in another way. How? We could attempt it in this way as well. The teacher advised him. See, whenever the teacher or parents are asking us to do anything, that is the level of advice. The teacher advised him not to be proud of his discourteous behavior. Whenever the forbade is there, we have always some other choice. So I have informed you both the ways you could attempt this question. We could come up, now we move on to the use of let. Whenever there is a let in the sentences, they are also known as imperative sentences. And how they are attempted? See, what is the rule behind the sentences of let? Let me tell you the examples. He said. Let would be used in a sentence in two forms. Firstly, he said, let's stop working. That we should not do any more work. Okay? What we'll be doing? We will replace our reporting speech with the word suggested. He suggested. Here in the sentences, see, we haven't used that in imperative sentences, but we'll be using it whenever our sentence start with let or let's. He suggested that we should. He suggested that we or they. We could use both of these pronouns. We should stop working. See which three changes we have brought. Firstly, we have introduced the word suggested in reporting speech. Okay, we have replaced this said with the word suggest. And secondly, we have used that as a connective over here in place of to, like other imperative sentences, that. Fine. Again, we have introduced these two pronouns, we or they. Fine. We could use any one of them, we or they. Then we have used this modal verb should. Why? Because let is a suggestion, and to represent that suggestion, we'll be using this modal verb should stop working. Okay? The sentence might be some in other form as well. The let must be in other form. For example, the postman said, let the government do something about it. Let the government do something about it. Okay, here the let is in the different form. Fine, that how we are going to do it. The postman said that the government should do something about that. It would be changed into that. Okay, I have used this modal verb should. Fine, I have used this connective that. Fine, and I have used the same. We could always follow the same pattern of said in the reported speech. Okay, the postman said that the government should do something about that. So this was the change of let. How we can use, we have seen how we have changed the order and command, suggestion, advice, and then after and in the end we have seen the sentences with the let. Now we move on to exclamatory sentences. They are also very easy. The simplest of all other, this narration is exclamatory is simplest of all other sentences. Now we will see that how exclamatory sentences are changed into indirect form. First of all, what are exclamatory sentences? Exclamatory sentences are one of the functional kind of sentences in which abrupt thoughts of pleasure, joy, sorrow, anger, shock, and disbelief are there. Fine. These all emotions are expressed in exclamatory sentences. We are going to make change in both the part of speeches. Like we'll be changing the reporting speech as well as reported speech. For example, we move on to the practice of exclamatory sentences first. Hurrah. Hurrah. I have won the first prize. First prize, comma, said the boy. Said the boy. Here again we see that reported speech is first in the first order and reporting speech is the afterwards. Okay. First we'll drag this speech here. Fine. Said the boy. The boy. Here hurrah has been introduced. Whenever the hurrah is there, that actually is an exclamation of pleasure or joy. So hurrah will be replaced with the words the boy exclaimed with joy. The boy exclaimed with joy that first person pronoun changes according to the subject. Here the boy is the subject actually, he is speaking. The boy exclaimed with joy. The use of that is introduced, is compulsory in exclamatory sentences. The boy exclaimed with joy that he had won the first prize. Have would be changed into had. Okay. See, now let me tell you how many changes we have brought. First of all, I have introduced my speech with the word exclaimed with joy. Why? Because of the presence of hurrah in the direct speech. This hurrah has been replaced with these words exclaimed with joy. The boy exclaimed with joy that he had won the first prize. Okay. Now if the other sentence, we move on to the next sentence. The captain said, alas, we have lost the game. The captain said, alas is an interjection. What is the part of speech status of alas? That is an interjection. Whenever the word alas is there, The captain said, alas, we have lost the match. ठीक है? Now the words, the alas would be replaced with the words, the captain exclaimed with sorrow. With sorrow. The use of that is compulsory in exclamatory sentences. That we is changed into they. Have will be changed into had. That they had lost the match. The captain exclaimed with sorrow that they had lost the match. Hurrah would be replaced with the words exclaimed with joy, and alas would be replaced with the words exclaimed with sorrow. You could always write this in this way. The captain exclaimed sorrowfully. Fine. They would be also used in place of these words. Now let's move on to some other practice of this exclamatory sentences. The boy said, how long the train is. See, we have seen the construction of exclamatory sentences in two ways. We could always use interjection, or we could always use the words how and what. Now this is an exclamatory sentence with the construction of how. Okay, we'll see that the boy exclaimed with surprise that the train was long. Okay, this is how I have changed the order of the sentence. That the train is changed into was, that the train was long. This how is actually a projection of wonder and surprise. Fine, you could always write surprise or wonder in place of surprise. Okay, we could practice some more sentences. For example, the tourist said, what a lovely scene of nature. Again here the exclamatory sentence is with the use of what. No interjection has been used. Now I am going to see this what is the projection, which emotion this what is projecting. See, this is actually the projection of pleasure as well as wonder. Okay, the tourist exclaimed with joy that it was lovely scene of nature. I have brought some change in the construction of this indirect form to give it actually a symmetrical form. The tourist exclaimed with joy that it was lovely scene of nature. This that is being used as connective. Fine. I have introduced this pronoun it. Why? To give it a symmetrical form, to give it a structure of a sentence. Okay? We could have some more practice. The child said, how interesting is the story. Okay? This how, which emotion this how is projecting? We would see that the child must be wonderful or surprised, or the child must be happy. We could use both the emotions. The child exclaimed with joy that the story was interesting. Okay, we have converted the how into this exclaimed with joy. Here, what is converted into exclaimed with joy? So, what and how both are the words which can project the emotion of anger, surprise, as well as the pleasure. It is the other construction of the sentence that is going to brief us that in which dimension this what has been used. We could have another sentence. What a great fellow. What a great fellow you are, said he to the stranger. Okay? This is reported speech that comes first and reporting speech afterward. This is how we are going to bring reporting speech out. Said he to the boy. He exclaimed with wonder to the stranger. Stranger again is a common gender. Fine. We could replace this stranger with the pronoun he or she both. Okay. He exclaimed with wonder to the stranger that you would be changed according to this stranger. Why? Because you is a second person pronoun and stranger is an object. Fine. This stranger could be replaced, as I have told you, with he or she both. Why? Because stranger is a common gender. That he was a great fellow. So this was all the practice of exclamatory sentences. We have done a lot much practice. This again and again I am telling you that narration is compulsory part of your paper. So you have to practice a lot to make your concepts clear. Fine. So today in the lecture number 22, we have practiced imperative and exclamatory sentences. In lecture number 23, we would be practicing some sentences with optative sentences, okay, and conditional sentences, the change of conditional sentences and narration. See you next time, inshallah.